How you doing? If you're gonna stay dry, I'm gonna get wet. Hey, it's gonna rain in a minute, but that's fine.
That's okay.
It's nice and warm, who cares?
Yeah.
Thank you. Well, welcome back to Midlife Explorer. Out on another afternoon paddle. Actually up on the Nottawasaga River. Just put in at Elmvale Conservation Area because I just picked up a new to me boat. It's a Dagger Alchemy 14L. Upgrading, I guess, the fleet, if you want to call it that. I'm going to sell one of the boats we've already got, but I will be keeping my Necky Manitou because I quite like that boat, and also the Old Town Heron. But yeah, it came up to just north of Barrie to come and pick up my new to me boat. And I thought before I go back to Cambridge, I'd pop into the Nottawasaga River just to take it out for its first paddle because I've not paddled the boat yet, so first time in the boat. But I was actually pleasantly surprised that it's quite a light boat, so I thought it was going to be heavier, so I had no problems getting it on top of the car. So I've never paddled on the Nottawasaga River before. I'm not planning on doing any distance today because the weather forecast isn't great. As a matter of fact, I expect I will be totally soaked by the time we're done today because there is rain in the forecast. But we'll get out and get upstream for a paddle anyway. There's not much current on this river, at least in this section. So it looks like there's lots of different places to paddle on the Nottawasaga. There's a nice place to put in at the conservation area, which is where I started today, and that's where I'm going to return to because I'm on my own today. But it could potentially be a river to come and explore further in our travels, but for today I'm probably going to go up 5 kilometers, back down 5 kilometers, just a couple hour paddle, just so I can see what the new boat is like. So as the name would suggest, it's a 14-foot boat. It's got a skeg. I kind of did a bit of a gravelly beach entry, so I don't think the skeg's actually working right now, but we'll get it working later. I tested it before I got in the boat, but there must be a lock or something stuck into it. I suppose that's one of the drawbacks of a skeg. So without the skeg down, it doesn't really track any better than my Necky Manitou does. It tracks about the same as my Old Town Heron, which is 3 feet shorter than this. Everybody says this is a pretty quick boat. I don't know it's any quicker than my Necky Manitou though. It is easier to get into, and it is definitely a better fitting boat, which is the reason why I bought it. So the seating system in here and the knee braces, you're much more connected. The back of the seat is actually much lower, so if I want to use the skirt on this boat, at least on this boat I can. You can adjust the seat on the Manitou as well, but on my Old Town Heron, I mean, you can put a spray skirt on it, but you wouldn't be able to put anything out of neoprene on that. So. I've seen lots of people in the past post about the Nottawasaga River, so I was up here picking up the boat. Figured, why not? It's a nice warm day today, so I don't mind the rain, actually. It can rain, as long as we don't get any lightning. So that doesn't seem to be in the immediate forecast. So we'll go upriver an hour and then we'll turn around and come back. I do like the knee braces though. We really planted this boat. Actually, I really didn't have to adjust it much. So the previous owner, she's about the same size as me because I fit into this boat just fine the way it is. Tried some suction mounts on the hull of the boat. This hull doesn't seem to like suction mounts, so I'm going to have to figure out something more permanent. The good news is I've got a clamp mount that I use on my bike, so it works fine on this boat. So, Mr. Butler, looks like I'm going to be paddling on my own for a little bit. If you watch some of the biking videos, after the video I'm working on right now, we're riding down the Grand River on the Walter Bean Trail last Friday. We went riding because Gord's shoulder was bothering him, but it bothered him just as much on the bike as it would in a kayak. So it looks like he's out of commission for a few weeks. So it looks like most of the paddling I'm going to be doing for the next few weeks is similar to what I'm doing today, where I'm just going to put in somewhere and paddle upstream and then paddle back down again. Because normally when Gord and I go out, we take 2 vehicles, drop one at our destination, and then I usually drive up with the 2 kayaks to our starting point. It does make our paddles more fun that way because we're always going downstream with the current. So I'm going to have to do a little bit of work to go upstream. It does kind of eliminate any real white water though, unless I can get somebody to pick me up. Doesn't look like you're getting out very often on this river though. It looks like all the banks are really muddy. So I don't know an awful lot about the Nottawasaga River. There's not actually a lot of videos on YouTube about it either, but I have seen a few videos. It looks like you can get all the way up to Angus at least anyway. I've seen people paddle all the way up there. So I think it's a river that you can probably paddle down for a couple of days. I'm going to look into it further though. It's obviously a river that's easy to go upstream and then back down again. Well, Julie, if you happen to bump into our channel and you see me paddling your old boat, because it's not mine, thanks for the boat. I like the way it paddles. It's going to get lots of use. As a matter of fact, I think I will, in many occasions, because I actually can get this on the car without any extra effort compared to my other 2 boats. I mean, my Nike Manitou, the reason why I bought it is because it was under 50 pounds, and I actually can get it on and off the car very easily on my own. My Old Town Heron XT11 is actually under 40 pounds, which therefore is even easier still. This, according to the website, is I think 54 pounds. It doesn't feel its weight though, and it's well balanced, so it didn't really feel any harder to put on my vehicle than my Manitou, my Nike Manitou, and the seating system is better on this boat, so it will get used. Well, it looks like this tree is going to be interesting. I actually, now Google Maps is never current, so you never know what's in front of you if you're checking Google Maps, but I did check Google Maps and it looked like, at least when I looked this morning from whenever that map was taken, I could get up about 6 kilometers, and then it looked like there was going to be a few issues with trees in the way. So I don't think this is going to prevent me, but of course this could be new, you never know. It looks like there's a channel there I can get through. Dagger Alchemy 14L. We don't make this boat anymore. I think it's going to be replaced with a boat called the Stratos. I think that's the name of it. It looks very similar to this actually when I looked online. And if I bought a new one, a lot more money than I paid for this, which is why I always, try to buy used boats. I usually beat them up a bit too, so it's kind of nice to have a boat that's been previously owned, because then if you do scratch it, you're just adding to what's already there. And I'm sure I've already scratched it by getting in today, because it was a rocky launch. That's the reason why the skeg's not working. This river reminds me of the Welland River. I was down there a couple of years ago paddling with my son Colin, and this river is very similar to that river. Well, if you've stopped in for the first time with the channel, or you've been here before, Midlife Explorer is actually a channel I put together 4 years ago. When my mum was dealing with dementia and I was looking after her. At that point I decided I'd start capturing some of the memories and things that I was up to. So if you look over the past 4 years, it's basically all the shit I get up to. Think of it as my own little memory bank. I know all the content's on YouTube, but I obviously have it all backed up as well if YouTube ever decides to start removing my content. I already have it on hard drive. But yeah, it's a way of me capturing some of the things that I do, and although I'm only 61 right now, I plan on doing this for a while. There will be a point in my future where I can't do this stuff anymore. So I will grab myself a cold beverage and go and have a look at some of the things I used to do when I was younger, and hopefully bring back some good memories. And that's the reason for this channel. I haven't really worried too much over the years as to whether it gets monetized or not, and that's the reason why most of my videos are far too long. It's because I'm trying to capture a memory. Not really trying to have those quick videos that get people's attention, but I do put some short stuff together every now and again if there's something really interesting about my day, but for the most part it's about me capturing what I'm up to for the day and recording it for history, at least my history. Anyway, it's a fun little hobby, keeps me busy. And Gord, if you watched this far, guess what? I got in and out of this boat, didn't scratch either of my legs. I'll let you know how it goes when I get out later, but so far no damage done. Very unusual for me to get out and do something without cutting myself somehow. I'm off to a good start. And so far it's been all farmland along this river. Looks like we might be getting into a little bit more wooded section, which will make the river a little bit more interesting. It's a nice river, and if I lived in the area, I would certainly paddle it. I'm not sure I'm going to come all the way from Innerkip, Woodstock area, to paddle the Nottawasaga River very often, because if I'm going to drive 2 hours, I can get up to the Saugeen. There's lots of other rivers around that we can go to in our area. I would like to explore more of this river though, so I'll put it on my to-do list to come back. But there is some current in this river. It's a little bit of work getting upstream. I wonder if people come down this river and cut through access so people can navigate the whole river. I know there are rivers out in southwestern Ontario where some of the folks that run tour operations come downstream and do that. I know Big Creek, they do that down from Rowan Mills. They normally go through and cut their way through any blockages. And I think on Big Otter Creek they do the same thing. But I'm not sure anybody's bothered to do that here though. Up in front of me right now, it looks like I'm going to have to get creative. Ooh, it's getting a lot more interesting now. Well, we'll go as far as we can and see what we run into, and turn around and head back to the car after that, because it's been an hour now, so at least I've had my chance to try out the new boat. New to me boat, it's not a new boat, just new to me. Oh, there we go. Helps to be short. Getting a few skeeter bites there along the way. I should have brought some bug spray. Didn't think of that. Brought some sunscreen, but did not bring bug spray. I'm coming up to Nottawasaga and it's a rainy day. Bring some bug spray. The good news is when we go downstream, we'll get going faster, so we won't hang around as long. If you're curious as to what camera I'm using today, it's a Insta360 X5. I got myself into 360 cameras this year for the first time, as you can obviously tell by the footage if you have a look at some of the video from this year. It's fun, you know, shooting 360 video. I am still going to use my regular 4K cameras though, because it's a lot more work with 360 video. You've got a lot more editing to do, but I think this actually is a nice camera. I like the footage of this camera. The battery is actually pretty good on it too. We'll see if it I've got extra batteries with me, but this is going to be a 1 battery paddle. I'm hoping I can get up and down this river in 2 hours and not have to worry about changing the battery. Although I've got it in the day hatch. Never had a day hatch before. My spare kit is right behind me and is accessible from the boat. Gord, if you're actually still watching at this point, I'm pretty sure your shoulder would have been shot by now and you would have turned around. So, because it's upstream, nothing but paddling, no drifting, no floating. Probably good that I'm on my own today. The bugs are getting bad, so I'm not sure I'm going to continue much further. I think a day where it's not raining out, or at least a little bit of bug spray would have been a good idea. I've gone an hour upstream now, though. Paddle for another 15 minutes and we'll turn around and go back. We'll be out of the water for 5:30. It'll only take me an hour to get back. Hour and a half upstream, hour back. 2.5 hour paddle in total. That should be at least 10 kilometers. That's certainly what I was planning on anyway. I'm not sure left or right is better here. I'm going to go left. Although right looks like that. Also could be good. So I can get around both sides. It was tight. Nowhere to get out though. Oh, look at that. That's a nice little brook. Oh, there's a crane in there. Weatherman said 80% chance of rain, and I checked the radar and it was supposed to start increasing after 3 p.m., which is when I put into the river. It's 4:30 now. It's some very light rain, but nothing to stay off the river for. 80% chance of rain means you got a 20% chance that it's going to be good. Now, I haven't made it back yet, but so far, it's the 20%. You watch now, I'm going to get soaked to the skin. Well, it looks like the Necky Manitou just got downgraded. I'm going to keep the boat, but it's not coming out with me. At least for the next little while. Looks like this boat's going to be the one on top of the car. It was a good decision. A good purchase. I wouldn't say it tracks better or it's any faster, but it is a foot longer. And it's quite maneuverable. They're 14-foot boat. Right, there you go. See, there's that rain, which is good. And then the bugs will go away. Oh, somebody's cut their way through here, see? So there are folks that are helping out. Because somebody has cut through this. I'm not ready to turn around yet. Let's see if we can get through here. Well, thank you to whoever cut through that was. That came in handy. I think a lot of people would just turn around there, which is not a bad idea. We'll go up a little bit further though. It's nice once you get upstream from Highway 26, it's nice and quiet up here. There's nobody around. I imagine this will be quite busy on the weekend though. Not like Grand River busy with all the tubers, but I'm sure there are lots of folks that paddle this on the weekends. It'll be more fun going downstream. This is starting to look like Big Creek now. I see an obstacle. I gotta see whether there's a way to get around it before I give up. Somebody's intended for it to come here because there's a branch that's been cut. Well, thanks again for the folks that are looking after this river. Appreciate it. Nice deep river. No issue going up or down this. For a solo paddle, this is actually a great idea. You know, if you don't have the ability to pick up and drop off, you have to come back to where you start, then this is a good river for that actually. I think I'm going to find a couple more sections of this river to paddle if I'm coming up on my own. There aren't a lot of river systems that you can do a lot of paddling on your own. Certainly the Grand River, the Nith River, it gets too shallow to go upstream. This is good though. I think that's about it though. I think I'm going to turn around. It's been an hour and a half now, so at the pace that I paddle upstream into a current, and if I'm making 4 kilometers an hour, I'd be very happy. I'll measure it when I get back on Google Maps. I suspect I got about 6 kilometers upstream and then 6 kilometers down, so a 12-kilometer paddle is a good 2.5-hour paddle for me. But we'll check on the map, see how far we got. Time to go downstream. This will be a lot quicker. It took me an hour and a half to get here. I'll see how long it takes when we get back. I'm going to guess 45 minutes. There you go. Now we're making some speed. Now it feels like Big Creek, this. We paddled down Big Creek last year. Actually, you can look on the YouTube channel and see what that's like. But this top part actually feels a little bit like Big Creek. Yeah, it's more fun coming downstream. I think this is a river best done if you have two vehicles. You can drop in further upstream and come down 15 or 20 kilometers. That would be a better way of getting around on this river. Somebody has been kind enough to cut us just a very small little channel right there. That's why I have a plastic boat. Roto-molded. Actually, I did have a look at a Delta as an option. It was actually less money than this. I was just worried about it not surviving the type of kayaking that we do, because we're always in rivers. Probably not the right kind of boat for what we're doing. But I'm always concerned about weight. I'm getting older. It's not as easy to put a boat on a car anymore. It's the better way to go, actually. There's a little piece of river. On this one as well. I'm going to go over the left side this time. Well, I'm not sure how much longer the battery is going to last on the camera. I've been paddling for 2 hours now, so I'm impressed that it's lasted this long. And I'm not planning on doing a battery change. But I put in at, I think it's Elmvale Conservation Area. If that's not correct, I'll put it in down below. because I just picked up my new to me Dagger Alchemy 14L. Added a new boat to the collection, but that does mean that I've got one for sale if you're interested in the kayak. But yeah, I wanted to get into the water and test it. I'm quite pleased with the boat, so I think it was a good purchase, worth the drive north of Barrie, 2 hours from where I live. And decided I was going to drop into the Nottawasaga River and see if I could paddle for a couple of hours just to see what the boat is like. And again, happy with the boat. And actually happy with the river. It's a good spot if you actually want to come in and go upstream and then come back down to where you park. If you don't have the luxury of having a friend and having another vehicle and therefore paddling downstream all the way like we normally do, then this is a good option, and it's something I will do again because Gord's shoulder looks like it's out of commission, and it might even be out of commission for the summer. So it looks like there'll be less trips down the Grand River and the Nith River this year, and more trips of me trying to find some flat water to go paddling on my own, which is fine. I still like flat water. And I think I'm going to go look for a couple of adventures, maybe out on Lake Erie and Lake Huron this year too, to go explore a few new options for paddling that I don't normally do. But anyway, I'll close again as I get closer if I've still got battery, but it looks like it's getting low now, so if you've made it this far, thanks for watching. If you enjoy our kayak videos and mountain bike videos, don't forget to like and subscribe. If you've got any good options or ideas on where we can go riding or kayaking, drop us a note and let us know where you think we should check out next. But thanks for watching, and I can't say I'll see you on Friday because I don't think we're kayaking or paddling this Friday. We might be just hiking, and we're going to have to wait for another opportunity for me to get out on my own, which might not be for a little bit, but I will certainly let you know what we're up to next as soon as I figure it out for myself. But anyway, thanks for watching. Duck! I probably didn't need to do that, but those sticks popping out of the water there are more of a hazard than that tree was. Oh, look at that. I got the skeg down. Alright, observation. The boat's tracking better, but it feels slower. I'm not sure I need this skeg. Yeah, it definitely tracks better with the skeg out. It feels a little slower though. Weatherman, you totally got this wrong. It's sunny now. And you were showing rain building up to 5 o'clock, and it's 5 o'clock and now the sun's out. So I am glad I made the decision to get in the boat. I'm pretty sure it will be gone by the time this video gets posted, but if you're interested in a touring boat for a good price, I have a Current Designs Manitoulin. It's 14 feet with a rudder on it, so it's actually a good day touring boat, especially if you want to take it out on a lake. The only reason why I didn't keep that boat is with a rudder. It's not really the kind of a boat I'm going to paddle on rivers, which is where I tend to paddle. I originally picked it up because I thought I was going to take it down to Prince Edward Island this summer, but I have been convinced to take the bikes this summer, not the kayaks, and therefore probably will not be taking it down east, so that's the reason why I replaced that boat with this one. But if you're interested in the boat, it's on Kijiji on Facebook Marketplace right now. Make me an offer. But anyway, Current Designs Manitoulin. They still sell the boat as new, so you can go onto their website to have a look at the specifications for the boat. It's a good entry-level touring boat, which is why I picked it up. And a better boat for paddling on lakes than my Necky Manitou, which is the reason why I upgraded the Necky Manitou, which I'm keeping. I actually quite like that boat. It's a nimble little boat, great on the river. It's gonna have to compete with this one though, because this boat actually has impressed me so far, so I like it. Yeah, on a river, I don't think you really need this game. It's not necessary. Obviously, if I was in open water, that'd be a different situation, but I think it actually adds a little bit of drag, so I'll have to take it out on a lake and give you my opinion then. Your babies are lying here. Very familiar. It feels very much like Wellandport. If you're on the Welland River, I mentioned that earlier in the paddle. This feels very much like Wellandport. Nice little spot if you're down in the Niagara region to go for a paddle if you want to go upstream and come back down again. Oh, and we're back. This is the conservation area where we started. You do have to pay for parking. Just scan the barcode and use your hotspot parking. It worked out well, actually, after picking up the kayak today. That worked out really well. A bit muddy getting in and out, though. I don't think I'm getting out of here with clean feet.